All right, so for this one, it says use the given functions represented by the equation and the graph to complete the statements. As x approaches infinity, that means we're going to read the graph going left to right. We're going to go this way. So what they're saying is as x approaches infinity, approaching infinity in the x direction is going to the right. F of x approaches what? Well, what they're saying is, what does this curve do as I follow the graph to the right? Well, if I stay on the graph and I keep going to the right, I'm approaching negative infinity in the y direction. So that's what, and that's the confusing part about this. They're really saying, if we go in this direction for x, what does the y do? What does the y value approach? So this one is positive infinity. I'm going to abbreviate that. Then it says, oh, wait. I'm sorry. I pointed to the graph. We're talking about f of x. So this question, f of x, let me graph that real quick. It still goes towards positive infinity, but it's technically a different graph. I know that it goes towards positive infinity, but I pointed to the graph, and the graph goes to negative infinity. So let me pull that up real quick. It's weird. My mind moves too fast sometimes. So if I graph this, and I say 2x raised to the third power minus 3, minus 3x squared plus 5x plus 7. And I graph it. We'll do a standard zoom. It's going to take forever. All right. Standard zoom. All right, so that's what that graph looks like. Let's take a look at that. So this is f of x. All right, this is our function f of x. So by graphing this, same thing, as we go to the right, as x approaches positive infinity, the graph in the y direction, which is also f of x, approaches positive infinity. So that's where that comes from. Now, if I look at g of x approaches negative infinity. And then the y-intercept for f of x is less than or greater than the y-intercept for g. So g intercepts here at y equals 8. That's the y-intercept. Now this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's between 6 and 7. So f is less than the y-intercept for g, because this, I don't know, let's zoom in on the graph. I think it's 7, yeah. So remember that the y-intercept occurs when x equals 7. So this one is y equals 7. That's why it's less. Okay? Also, by the way, see why function notation is nice? If I say g of x this and f of x this, I can know that this y equals 7 belongs to the function f of x, and this y equals 8 belongs to the function g of x. So that's another nice thing about function notations. If you're dealing with multiple equations or graphs, you have a label that tells you which is which. Anyways,